It's time to get meta with the metaverse. Let's go. If you've been sleeping underneath a rock, you might not have heard the word metaverse, but don't worry, that's why we're here. We're gonna break it down all for you today. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you don't know, we talk all things early retirement. I'm on your journey 2 of 10 with the wifey. Not only do we talk traditional finance, stocks, real estate, we also talk crypto, NFTs, pretty much anything that can help you to retire early. And yes, the metaverse can possibly help you with that as well. And one of the best ways to help you to retire early is to smash that subscribe button and like button, because I'll be doing a giveaway. Not in this video, but the next one, I'm going to be giving away a very prominent NFT project. You definitely want to stay tuned. I'm going to interview a founding team. They're going to give out an NFT, which means more value, more riches for you, which potentially can help you to retire early. Today, we're going to get into 4 things: what the metaverse is, what companies are in there, how you can make money on it, and is it here to stay? Is it here to last? Are people going to adopt and accept it? A lot of different companies, a lot of different platforms have different definitions for the word metaverse. Really what it is a convergence of the physical and digital world. As you can see here, there's a person sitting on a physical desk, but is doing his work in a digital platform. It's not just augmented reality, it's not just virtual reality, it's not just blockchain and NFTs, not only 3D art, it's everything combined into one. Today, we're seeing a lot of different facets of metaverses. Facebook wants it to be a little bit immersive or totally immersive. Maybe because they bought Oculus for $2 billion, where you put on the goggles, you have the gloves or the joysticks, and you're totally inside a digital world. And as much as Facebook is hated or has bad press, they did a really good job of showcasing what a metaverse is. So I'll put the link down to their video down below. They talk about some really detailed, intricate stuff. Personally, I don't use Oculus, but already we are seeing a lot of people utilizing it to build their own brand. If you go on TikTok, you'll see a ton of people playing games totally inside the digital world and have millions and millions of views. I guess I'm already skipping ahead because that's one way you can make money with metaverse. To me, I would love if the metaverse is interconnected between all platforms: Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, you name it. I hope they can all connect together. Although I don't know if that's gonna happen right away. I mean, I can't even send my pictures and videos to my Android friends because the file format will not work on their phones. You know what I'm talking about, Android people. You know the pain. Come on over to the iOS world. Come over to the Apple world. Join the dark side. And maybe, just maybe, blockchain will lead the way into that interconnectivity. There are a lot of blockchain platforms, smart contracts right now that are working on their interoperability. What that means is that they're bridging the contracts so they're allowed to talk to each other, even though they're in different languages and programming scripts. Why does that really matter? That just makes us a little bit more connected. And if Apple shuts down or closes down, close for the night, only open from 9 to 10, their metaverse only open from 9 to 10. Really, the metaverse never shuts down. It's alive all the time. And with that connectivity, that would be pretty crazy. My friend tagged me on an interesting post, which I haven't verified if it's true, but you know what? It makes sense to me. And what the post says is that we used to have 99% of our attention in the physical environment. Now, TVs have dropped that to 85%. Yes, I watch a lot of K-drama. I believe that to be true. Computers down to 70%. That's probably even low in my opinion. Computers probably dropped our presence in the physical world down to like 50%. Phones, another 50%. And he is right. Our attention has been sucked from the physical world to the digital world. A lot of us spend more time in the digital world, or maybe they're more comfortable in the digital world than the physical world itself. The last thing he says, which makes a little bit of sense to me, he says, today it takes some effort to take our phone out of the pocket to look at it. Not true, because I have my phone glued to my hand all the time. And good or bad, that's something that the Facebook team or Meta team has done really good in representing. How you don't need to take out your phone. With visual glasses and with sensors on your wrists and hands, you could live every single day inside the digital world. That sounds pretty scary to me. Partially scary, but partially could be efficient, better for work, and possibly better for the environment as well. Whoa, Joe. We were going to subscribe until you said better for the environment. How does the metaverse make it better for the environment? And I got this golden nugget or this soundbite from actually the founders of Artifact. I listened into their Twitter Spaces today because they had an interview out there. One of the founders said they really wanted to have a delineation from the physical world to the digital world. I don't know how you delineate what belongs in the physical world and what belongs in the digital world, but he gave one example. He said, we all shop on Amazon today more so than any other store. And you know what? I shopped on Walmart.com this week, so you're wrong, Artifact founder. Getting back to the point, he's just saying that with augmented reality, that there's not a lot of reason for people to go into stores anymore. You could really get the real sizes in augmented reality. You can see here at Amazon, you can buy furniture already. They're already using AR. There's a lot of things in the digital world that work more efficiently, better, quicker, faster than in real life. Instead of walking into a shopping mall or a department store, you walk into a metaverse shopping mall and department store, jump onto that fluffy digital bed and fall onto the ground. And that's a joke. That's not going to happen. So I'm sure there's some reason to test out things like mattresses, but there's a lot of reasons to buy stuff online and just in the metaverse possibly in the future. That might not be the best example. I just wanted an excuse to show the really cool augmented reality Amazon feature. I do not hold any Amazon stock. Actually, I do it in index funds, but that's beyond the point. The overall picture is that there's a lot of wasted space. We can utilize that space. I don't know, let's just make up something. You can use it for farmland, suck out all the greenhouse gases from the world. Can you imagine if we change all the excess space that we had into farmland? That would be really good for the environment. Hard to maintain with this California drought, but good for the environment. Not only will the metaverse improve our work life and also real life and possibly the environment, it will also improve gaming for everyone as well. Of course, right now you can go into any server or Xbox or even PlayStation and go into a quote unquote somewhat of a digital land metaverse and play games with friends right now. However, it's only going to advance a little bit further. And for me, that's something I'm personally looking forward to. The pandemic has really accelerated the acceptance and adoption of the digital world, working from home, connecting with friends. And I dare say that Metaverse can possibly help you with better health as well. And we've seen that not with Metaverse alone, but with Peloton, riding the bike digitally, or a real bike, but with digital coaching, the mirrors where you can work out with the mirrors. A lot of people are doing that in the digital plane. That's pretty weird, Mark Zuckerberg watching you play ping pong. However, that does bring me to a good last piece. And that piece is not Mark Zuckerberg watching you play ping pong digitally, but people around the world. You can make some money on it. And that completes part of the trinity of life. All right, trinity of life is going overboard. However, there are three main pieces that a lot of people believe in, and that's health, wealth, and relationships. Many say that those are the three key ingredients to having a happy, fulfilled life. During 2020 and even 2021 today, there's a lot of mental health issues. A lot of people are not happy. They're stuck in a one bedroom or even a studio apartment. A lot of people need more space and they couldn't go out. They couldn't enjoy the things they used to go do. The internet really helped to connect people, and the metaverse is only going to accelerate that more. Personally, I witnessed this firsthand. My mother talks to her childhood friend over in the other side of the world in Hong Kong a lot during this lockdown period. She used to love to go to Hong Kong every single year for about, 10, 15 years straight. She can't travel anymore, or she's at risk for traveling, and maybe she's scared. She don't want to travel. However, what if she can travel but into the metaverse with her friends? 4 or 5 of them go on a trip, a digital cruise. She used to love cruising. Go and see different planets, places. That could be a business within the metaverse. Bring you to see the wonders of the digital world. Really, the possibilities are endless here. You can see I can go on forever. And that covers one of the pillars, relationship. You could definitely forge good relationships within digital world and also the metaverse. I've done that through this NFT craze or rush. I made a ton of friends through Discord, online, and we see that happen every single day. Number 2, how is it better for health? Well, physical health, we're seeing that more now with the examples I mentioned, and it's only going to get even deeper with, augmented reality and with the workouts they're going to create. I'm excited. I'm talking myself into buying an Oculus so I can work out with my friends. Because as a FIRE member, financial independence, retire early, we only share one car in this household, and that's the wifey. The wifey has a car, I have no car. Before, I used to live really close to the beach. I could just walk 4 blocks and go run on the beach. I can't do that here. I moved to a more dangerous part of the city, and I don't have a car to go to the gym anymore. Quite depressing. Now, I can do the YouTube workouts. I can do workouts on my own on the floor. But what would make it very cool, very interesting, maybe more consistent because you're having fun with it, you might do it more, is having these workouts on the digital plane, in the metaverse plane. Put on some digital sweatbands, put on some digital goggles. I could do some shadow boxing. Maybe we can do some, maybe possibly even basketball. I don't know how that's going to work, but I imagine a place one day where you just have a room dedicated for a digital world. Everything's blacked out. The floor, I don't know if the floor moves, but maybe it's slippery and you're like tangled in this. I have no idea. If you guys watch Ready Player One, you know what I'm talking about. There's a capsule. You could just go in there. Maybe they have a bigger capsule for people who want to work out. We're just at the beginning of the tip of the iceberg of what's going to come. I'm super excited for it. And hopefully it really does improve my health. And of course, the last pillar, wealth. How do you make money on it? How can we retire early? And that's what we're going to get into next, so strap on. Before we do that, let's show you some of the companies that are paving the way in this space. Of course, leading the space is Facebook, aka Meta Platforms. They have close to $1 trillion valuation. They're probably going to be one of the big three in this space. They have so much innovation already. Watch the keynote. It's about an hour long, but if you watch it on 2 speeds, only 30 minutes, they have some really, really cool stuff. I'll put the link down below. Next up, we have Epic Games. Epic Games created Fortnite, which is pretty immersive itself. They had a concert with Marshmello. I don't know how many people showed up. Let's look it up really quickly. Here it is, the Marshmello event on Fortnite. There's a lot of people that came in, bouncing around everywhere, and it's exclusive to the game itself. All right, my mind is officially blown because they had 10.7 million to Marshmello. I didn't know they had this, but they had 12.3 million show up to Travis Scott's online Fortnite concert. I absolutely hate to make this correlation, but I do have to mention it because it just happened 2 nights ago. In the real life physical world, Astral World concert held by Travis Scott, there was eight people who passed away, and my heart goes out to them, to the family, because there's young kids as young as 14 years old. It was really, really sad. I'm not trying to make a use case out of this, but that's just another reason where the metaverse digital world having a concert on Fortnite could be safer. And there's another statistic, not just for Astro World, but in soccer. In soccer alone, there's many dangers to going to a Euro soccer game. I've heard, we could look up the statistic now, that every single year, how many people get trampled to death going to a soccer game. Let's move on to some brighter news, and that is that Epic Games, the founders and owners of Fortnite, are launching their own metaverse. They are raising $1 billion to do that. Now, that's nothing compared to Facebook's $1 trillion, but they're in the game. You just got to get into the game. And my favorite artifact, and yes, I'm pumping my own bags because I own one of their NFTs. They raised $8 million to develop out their project, their metaverse. Head on over to the TikTok. You can see them already having use cases in real life, showing their digital jackets on unknowing people walking through. Pretty soon in the future, you probably can not allow companies to do that. You have your own, you represent your own. You can't put a Pepsi on me and make money off of me unless you pay me, Pepsi. And those are just some of the cool things that can happen. You can see that they're really deep into augmented reality. I think they're talking to Snapchat. They have big brand deals with Atari. They have big brand deals with other companies coming up. They're turning away collaborations. They have a lot going on. And lastly, let's take a look at some speculative numbers here. This is all on Reddit. I didn't verify any of it, but I'm sure it's out there. 100 million spent in virtual goods in 2004. So 15 years later, $190 billion. That's a growth of 65% a year. Okay, let's fast forward that for the next 15 years, which means 1.8 trillion will be spent on digital virtual goods. I think that 1.8 trillion is going to come a lot faster than 15 years. I feel like I've spent a lot of that myself on NFTs. And NFTs are leading the way into the metaverse. At least that's what we're hearing in the digital world. And that is to say and speculate that there's going to be a shift from spending on physical goods like LV, Supreme even, Nikes maybe. Well, let's not talk about Nike. Nike just got into the game as well. Check it, CNBC, Nike is quietly, they can't do anything quiet, preparing for the metaverse. They've filed for trademarks. Once you file a trademark, it's pretty much public information. It doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to do it, but come on, we know they're going to get involved in the space. Back to what I was saying, shift of spending from physical to digital NFT blockchain goods. I don't care if you floss me that $1,500 LV bag anymore. Show me your NFT. Show me your artifact, Fabo drip, space drip. Show me your Burberry wristbands. Actually, I sold my Burberry wristbands. Even though it was game related, let me show you. I sold my Burberry wristbands for, I think, $32. I bought it for $25, so I made a small profit. It was just an experiment. Let me show it to you. And here it is, everyone, my Burberry armbands. And they're not really armbands. They're floaties. They're floaties for Sharky Boy. I did a video on this a long time ago. Maybe I'll put a link down below. You can check it out. But Sharky Boy is Burberry's first ever NFT. And they teamed up with, what's this platform? I don't know what the platform's called. But I bought the floaties for him, the Burberry floaties for him. I don't think a shark needs floaties, but I got it for him anyways. $32 was what I sold it for. I bought it for $25. So after fees, I made $1.16. Who's retiring early? Right here. This man is. I have so many NFTs in so many places. Thankfully, I did this video or else I would not have remembered that it had 26 bucks. Back to what I was saying. Again, meaning that you floss your digital virtual goods. You're not flossing Burberry, scarves anymore. You can, but you know what? We spend more time, supposedly 70% of our time is going to go towards the digital world. So you got to have some digital NFT goods. Whenever there's a big shift in wealth and you can get ahead of it, that's where the opportunity is, and that's how you can retire early. We're seeing that with Bitcoin, which is going to topple gold as a store of value. We're seeing that in banking, where DeFi is toppling banking and putting the power back in the hands of people. I'm going to go over some videos on how you can utilize strategies that banks use and to grow your own net balance. I'll do that next video, so make sure you subscribe and follow along for that. So we're seeing it with gold, we're seeing it with banking, and we're just seeing it with everything. Art, of course, music's going to change into NFTs in the future, or they're already doing it now. We're seeing it with games, with Epic, now Nike, fashion. Oh my God, everyone. Basically, the opportunity is here, and we just need to position yourselves correctly. Which brings us to point number 3. How do you make money on all of this? Well, you could position yourself by investing into growth tech funds. Facebook could be one of them if you like that. Artifact's a private company. They're not public yet. If you could get into their seed round, that would be amazing. I know Gary Vee is an investor in Artifact. Zynga is a big mobile gaming company. They have a big building here in San Francisco. I can imagine Artifact one day having a big building, getting public, and you can invest into Artifact as well. You can also invest in Epic, but investing, do your own research. I only invest into broad index funds, boring stuff. I'm going to have to change that strategy soon. But investing is one way you can make money with the metaverse and with this upcoming change. Another way you can do it is you can work for these companies. There's going to be a strong need for not only technical people, but also creatives. And that's why people love NFTs, because it's really giving opportunities back into the creatives and giving them more opportunity. A lot of people, without blockchain, their art would have been copied, screenshotted even. And with PFPs in the future going to be verified through Twitter and maybe Facebook and who knows what else, that means their artists are going to be higher in demand. A lot of people are going to seek their work because they can't just screenshot or copy and paste it. They actually have to buy the blockchain or the NFT of their artwork. Perfect example of this is Faywo. Faywocious is an 18-year-old kid. He's not even a kid anymore, he's an adult, but 18-year-old is still young. He's made millions partnering with Artifact, and now he's launching his own NFT project. And the NFT word needs to be dropped. It just needs to be something else because he's launching his own artwork now. And with that artwork, he can make royalties and residuals for life. And that is changing the world for artists as well. So if you could be a creative, and even if you're not creative, have you seen Gary Vee's NFTs? He hand drew them, and it does not look good at all. It does not look good. Doesn't look good, but selling for $24,000 because of the utility. Now, I still need to create my own NFT, but I can just hand draw something as long as I tag a utility to it. And that's something I'm going to do. I'm probably going to release, 5 NFTs for charity and then 5 to help people organize or do a personal finance session with them. So you could be creative, but you don't have to be like, what's the artist's name? Right. You don't have to be Picasso here. You just need to have a good idea and you can thrive within the new space. Metaverse, NFTs, you name it. If you can invest. If you're an engineer, you could program. If you're creative, create. Pretty much you can capitalize on the metaverse in any way, so there's no excuse. Just jump on it, start doing stuff. If you're completely lost, then check out my video where I teach you how to make money with no money with NFTs, and NFTs are the gateway into the metaverse, so start there if you have nowhere else to go. And lastly, will this all be adopted? Will people really buy being into the digital landscape, 100% of the time or 9% of the time? And I think the answer is yes, we are already doing it. Hear me out here. Everyone, or 90% of people, was forced to work remotely during 2020, shelter in place, lockdown, pandemic, whatever you want to call it. The world didn't shut down, everything was still working, and we learned as a collective that we can live inside this digital space. How long you want to stay there is totally up to you. I know a lot of people are clamoring to go out and experience the physical world. I truly believe that the physical world can be more beautiful if a lot of things are moved into, the metaverse, just like the Artifact founders say. I believe them. If we can utilize space, for nature and just let nature thrive in its own way, then, the world can become healthier. That just means more places to travel to and more beautiful scenery. Ain't mad at that. A darker side of this is that one of the Artifact team members made a good point and saying that COVID can happen again. illness can happen again, wildfires can happen again, where people didn't want to go outside because it's too smoky, and you have to be forced inside again. And the darker side of that is, even if we don't want to, we're forced to because of global warming, high temperatures, freezing temperatures. We're forced to be indoors more, and that's a more solemn look at it. Yeah, sad. All right, back on to bright news. Let me show you how, well, not really metaverse yet, but how augmented reality is helping me with my FIRE journey, helping me into early retirement. And no, this is not sponsored, but Vive is a platform that I've only been using for 1 month. In 1 month's time, I have a valuation of $1,000. So I took $100 and turned it into $1,000. I have about $450 in one account. I have about $250 in another account, and I have an Elsa. The Elsa is going to be worth $1,000. Right now, it's only worth 300 something, but that has already pushed me over the $1,000 mark in Vive. Now, Vive, you gotta let me take out my money. I cannot take out those gems yet. However, I did make, I would say, what, a 900% return. I only put in $110, and that's pretty good. So Vive actually made their NFTs move inside augmented reality. They did it with Spider-Man. I bought 2 that didn't move. So I got Ajax from the Eternals movie. I put a screen share of it, and I put her in the middle of my living room. Now, although she's not moving, with augmented reality, she's somewhat meta. So you can see in the video there that, you know, she lives within my space. You can see within the video that she's temporarily in the living room, but I took her out. She's no longer there. What's cool is that if she would stay there all the time, and I could have these things placed all around my house, and, you know, just put on my glasses and see them all the time. Right now, I can't do that. I have to set it with my phone and then take a snapshot of it, or take a screen video capture, which I've done. And I've also done that same thing with Elsa. So I'll show a screenshot of Elsa. And unfortunately, Elsa's not there anymore because it only lived within that screenshot. In the future, in the metaverse world, maybe Vive will come out of it, or maybe it will interconnect with Facebook. But it'll be super cool if we can have the Vive showroom like around my room. Then when people come over, maybe they'll be really scared, or they'll be really excited. I'll be, oh yeah, check out my artwork. They're like, where? I don't see any artwork at all. Well, put on these Vive glasses, and they put it on, and bam, they see Spider-Man on the side, and then a very scary Venom right in front of their face. I mean, that's just some of the things that's gonna happen, that's truly gonna happen. And it's gonna make it fun to go over. They're like, hey, have you been over to Joe's place, man? Check out his place. They're like, why would I want to see Joe's place? Oh, he has like 1,000 collectibles. 1,000 collectibles. He can't even fit anything in a studio apartment or 1-bedroom apartment. Well, check it out. You go over there, or maybe you don't need to go over there. You just hop on with your VR glasses. I mean, there's just so many endless possibilities. And that's how my NFTs in the metaverse are going to help me with my FIRE journey. These things right now are going for top dollar. They're one of one, or one of 7,000 actually. But if you have very little capital to invest, this is not financial advice, but in 1 month's time, I turned $110 into 1,000. I know people are very experienced in Vive, and it has its own life cycle, kind of like the crypto world and investing world, where there's cycles of how to invest, how to pick up, you know, really good pieces for future valuation. And they've seen their portfolio grow like 30-40%. I could probably do a small screenshot somewhere of one of my friends who knows when to buy and when to get rid of them, of course, and to increase his own balance. People laughing, but you can make some serious life-changing money with NFTs, with Vive, with any project or platform, as long as you understand how to be an expert in there. I'm not an expert yet, so don't follow me for advice. I'm just showing you on a high level what I think about this space. As I make more moves, as I possibly invest into these blue chip tech companies, invest into the metaverse, as I do my own creatives, NFTs, and as I formulate my own thought process of this, I will let you guys know. It's hard to formulate my own thought process because we're disrupting everything every single day. Blockchain, NFTs, metaverse, my brain can literally not take it. There's so much going on, and that's a good thing. There's so much opportunity going on as well. We just have to pick one and run with it. And hopefully, you know, we do that here. You can watch me document myself. If I'm poor in a year, then I did not do it right. If I'm successful within a year, then keep on subscribing and keep on watching. I think you'll be watching for a while though, because my expectations are not 1 year to become super rich and successful. If you see my other videos, I'm on year 2 of 10. So I have about 7 more years to go. And I must say, putting that 10-year goal for myself has helped me a lot in decision making. I'm not going head over heels or going too crazily into certain things, or overly investing or overly speculating. That 10-year goal, that's a little bit further than when I was younger, because young, you want to be rich like yesterday, has really helped me in my investing journey. So if you're a young buck watching this, put your investment goal a little bit further. Maybe maybe you're not going to get rich in a year, maybe 5-10 years, and it's going to help temper your expectation. If you made it this far, you must love blockchain, you must love crypto, you must love investments, and you must love to retire early. So make sure you subscribe and like and comment on this video. Maybe I'll pick a winner from this video to win an NBA Top Shot moment. You don't know, I don't know, maybe I'll do it. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the metaverse? How can we capitalize as FIRE members? How can we progress the space? How can we make it better? How can, or should people adopt it? Should it not be adopted by people? Let me know your thoughts below. I'm very, very curious. And if there's opportunities that I have not seen in this space, please let me know. I'll take a look at it. That's it for today's video, guys. Stay healthy, stay FIRE. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.